Hello and welcome to Professor Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Simon Irungu and this is the big question. And before we go to the big question today, Professor, how are you doing?
I'm doing
And I must say, for someone your age, your dress code is amazing.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you. We
amazing.
are learning from Baba.
You're learning from Baba?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So let's go to the question for today. And the elections are coming. People are forming alliances. People are making the same promises that they made during the previous time they were campaigning. And the question is, do we have the leaders that Kenyans need?
It's sad that we don't seem to have the kind of leaders a country like Kenya needs, because a country like Kenya should be taking off. We are looking for a pilot to take this big machine, this equipment, this plane across the Atlantic to fly it. The people we have so far, we don't have much choice.
You don't have much choice.
Yes.
You're saying we are still taking off. 60 years after independence, we are still taking off?
It is taken other countries much longer than that. But of course, we are operating with the benefit of what others have gone through. It shouldn't have taken us this long. It should take us much less. And well, that has happened. But I'm saying going forward, we can't remain where we are.
We cannot remain where
because if we remain where we are, our children and the children of our children are doomed.
Okay, so some of the things that are making us to have a slow development as a country is something like ethnicity and tribalism. And I want to ask you, Professor, is tribalism the center of governance and politics in Kenya?
Sadly, yes. Sadly, yes. Our politics rotate around tribes and regions and tribal kingpins. So when you define your politics using tribe, especially negative ethnicity, when you pit one tribe against the other, then the country spends a lot of energy and resources on the wrong things. If leaders were to lead without caring about their tribe, their competitors and where they come from, about militarizing your tribe, about using your tribe, and therefore when you use your tribe to get to power, you need to protect yourself using the same tribe. And in the process then the country suffers.
So what should we do? What should we do to curb this issue?
The attempts must be made. We thought if we take children to school, the situation will improve. We had thought with all these, one would have thought with all these universities and colleges, like Chinua Achebe observed in 1989 in the trouble with Nigeria. He says, we looked around and we saw all these universities and colleges, and we thought we had become of age. And when an election was coming, we were going to elect the best leaders. But the Nigerians didn't. And I think we are suffering from the same problem, that despite enormous strides in education, Kenyans are basically, so that when an engineer, a doctor, a teacher, a nurse go to vote, the nurse in them disappears. The engineer disappears. They become Luo. They become Kikuyu. So that's where the problem. But you ask me what we can do. We had thought education will help. It hasn't quite helped. We shall try to improve and hope it will. But attempts like those ones of BBI to try and expand government so that it belongs to as many Kenyans as possible was a good attempt.
Okay, on that thing on BBI, we had, they were saying that they are going to unite all the communities in Kenya. But we saw the 2017 election when Baba said that he was going to, regardless of the outcome of the election, he was going to support Kalonzo Musyoka run for presidency. But we see that Baba instead went for the seat. And the question is, why is it that the top communities are still the same communities that after all this BBI, they're the same people who are on top there?
So first of all, Baba made promises indeed, I think in 2013 and in 2017. But like he has explained, he never got the president. So you can't ask him to pass over the baton,
it's something
which
he
didn't. Pardon?
It's
You promise that
promised.
if I'm going to win, once I win, I support you. Then you don't win. So the equation can't work. But I think that this country must try. This country must try to look for leaders outside the tribe. Although whether we like it or not, since elections are about numbers, the big tribes will still feature prominently because elections are about numbers. Yeah.
But as Mother Karua said in the 2017 presidential debate, that no political leader can accept to peddling tribalism. So as a result of tribalism, we also have other things like corruption emerging and the rise for corruption in Kenya. We've been trying to fight this monster for a very long time now. And is the government putting enough effort to fight this corruption?
You see, the two are related.
Yeah.
Tribalism and the corruption are related. You have seen Kenyans defending their thieves.
Yeah.
A person puts his hand in the public jar,
Yeah.
takes the cookie, steals public resources meant for education, meant for medicine. People die because of that. Yet when he is arrested, people come to his defense. If you look at the people defending him, they are people from his tribe. So you see the two are related, tribalism and corruption.
They're related.
Where we should be putting the leaders to task, where we should be focusing and putting the torch on those who have stolen, tribalism comes in to slow it. And you may not even know, even in the judiciary, maybe some of the people who should face tougher music could have a problem, may not face that music because some tribal considerations are there. And even politics, those in power also play safe. Supposing we went for so and so full throttle, and it might be necessary to put people in jail.
Yeah.
But then there are also political consequences for that.
Yeah.
Because then it means losing people from certain regions. So you can see how the two are intertwined. Tribalism and corruption.
So to fight this corruption and tribalism, how do we win this fight without losing on the other field that you are mentioning?
We need a leader with a vision. We need to have sorted out tribalism. And that's why I'm saying BBI was a good thing. Let's say, for example, if you have Raila and Uhuru working on this thing of 2022, and then they are joined by other big leaders from different parts of the country, you can say that's the closest you can come to a country moving together, government that's taking everybody on board. If it's Raila who is in State House, he can now attack thieves, go for the thieves, without caring for the repercussions. You get it?
Yeah.
But if you are a Uhuru alone, you are taking one side of the country against another one side, you be very careful. Supposing your big supporter, your Uhuru Kenyatta, is from the Kalenjin, without which your government will collapse, or you won't get re-elected in the second term. Even if the Kalenjin steal, you are unlikely to deal with them. Likewise, if Raila goes to power and is supported by people from Western Kenya, Western province, the Luya, even if there are serious Luya thieves are found in his government, during his government, he is unlikely to go for them because he fears for the political consequence. That's why I keep going back to BBI or something better than a BBI. Like I'm saying, next year, I wish Ruto could also approach this election through a coalition of sorts, so that we have two powerful coalitions that take the whole country on board. On each side, what BBI was envisaging. So that on Ruto's side, there is the face of Kenya. On Raila's side, there is the face of Kenya. So we have the face of Kenya facing the face of Kenya. So that when Ruto becomes president, for example, or Raila becomes president, they can go for the thieves without caring for political consequences.
Okay, so Raila and Ruto, when they formed this coalition, can we come up with a policy where we saw that the northern part of Kenya, they came up with parties which included only the people from that region. Can we have a policy where we have political parties that include all Kenyans? Is it possible?
Yeah, actually, by law, you cannot have a political party registered until it has a presence, demonstrable presence, and offices in at least 24 counties. So the law is already there. But you see, when you are doing something merely for the purpose of the law, you just give it cosmetic attention.
Okay, so Professor, you're
Yes.
the president of the country for today.
Yes.
And you need to come up with a way of curbing corruption.
Yes.
How are you going to do it?
I will immediately go for two things. Number one, I will make it very difficult for anybody to steal in this country. Very difficult, if not impossible.
Yeah.
Secondly, I will make it, first, very difficult to steal. And if somehow you still manage to steal, the punishment will be so severe. And the shame that comes with that, next time any Kenyan drives in the homestead with a new Mercedes, even your husband, if you are the wife, or your wife, or your children, would say, Daddy, where do you get this Mercedes? We don't want that. You remember, even you, because when things happen, even your children in school, she'll feel the shame.
Yeah.
That's where I would drive the country into. Or people find it difficult to steal, and when they steal, Punishment is severe, and the shame that comes with it, even your friends and family will discourage you. And number two, I would look at past theft. I'll look at past theft.
Past theft.
And see, are there people we could identify who have stolen and identify what they have stolen? Now, instead of bothering with taking them to court and long prosecutions and all that, I would make an arrangement where people can return what they have stolen back to the public. In a very simple, straightforward way, without much fuss, much noise, without repercussions to them. I'll do that. And finally, you cannot achieve all that without Kenyans buying into it. So Kenyans will need to understand what you are doing. And the judiciary, as the President of the Republic of Kenya, all graft cases from the lowest court to the highest court, 6 months.
Okay, so
don't say, oh, we are in 6 months, we were at the high court, now we are moving to appeal. No, I'm saying to the last. The thing is exhausted. Whether cases will be allowed to go to Supreme Court must be determined. And if they are going all the way to a Supreme Court or they end at the Court of Appeal, all that must take place within 6 months.
Okay. Yeah. So apart from the two horses that we are having, which is so clear that they are going to run for president, that is Raila and Ruto, do you think we have someone else who is better than them?
For today,
yeah,
in this country,
yeah,
just like it was in 2013, 2007, 2002, all the way 2007, 2013, 20. The country seems to be going a two-horse way.
Yeah.
And with neither side having a very clear win. So let's kind of 50-50. That's where we are. However, should the people of the mountain get to a point like they did in 2012, between around 2010, by 2010 it was agreed Kibaki was not going to be succeeded by Kikuyu. It was generally agreed in the country, including by Kikuyus. But by 2012, they changed that. Should they go back to that, it is only they who can introduce a third horse. If they say, for example, it had been Jimmy who had come up as somebody who could disturb the status quo.
Lead them on together.
But time has proved he's not the person. Let's say somebody like Manyora. He can cause trouble.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Somebody like Manyora. Because he's very popular in Murang'a because of his grassroots business and the dairy farming and stuff like that. And he has his own part. Supposing he were to excite Mount Kenya region, begin doing to other counties what he has done in Murang'a, and give them a glimpse of what he can do for them if he was their leader, first regionally, and then a Manyora president. I'm just saying, for example. And he got the votes. Or it could be Justin Muturi. Who else has said? Those who say one be president. Even Kafogo, one of them. But the realistic chance is Manyora, and there was also Jimmy Wanjigi, who
someone like Peter Kenneth.
Oh, Peter Kenneth is within the handshake.
Yeah.
He's not going for the presidency.
Okay.
Those who are going for the presidency, so Manyora, Kafogo, Justin Muturi, and who else? Those ones.
Yeah.
Mother Karua is not going. So, if from those, say you got Manyora, and he was able to galvanize the Mount Kenya vote, that can cause a three-horse race. But it will also have the damage to Ruto, because then that will relegate Ruto to number 3.
But you have still not tackled the issue on tribalism there.
You haven't, because that's it. I'm saying our politics are very unfortunate, it's tribal. And I'm saying if the people of the mountain decide, as they did in 2012, against all odds, that they want to back their own, that will change the scenario. It is the only situation where we can now have more than 2 horses.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so unfortunately we have to come to the end of the show.
Yes.
Thank you very much for Professor for always turning up for the show. And we are on the road to 60K subscribers. We are at 59.2.
That's wonderful.
So keep subscribing until we have this conversation again.
We are very grateful to those who have subscribed, and we ask them to ask their friends and relatives to subscribe. Those who haven't subscribed, because I've noticed there are more people viewing our clips
Yeah.
than those who have
Yeah, we are
subscribed.
there's
So
a
there are
video
many
for last
people who
week
are
that,
viewing
yeah.
that they are not, yet they haven't subscribed.
Yeah,
Please
that's true.
subscribe because it costs you nothing. It helps us also to grow and share with you.
So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.